So hanging out in the future and building the future, it actually gives you a lot of energy to deal with the day-to-day. And I talked about that yesterday, about, my call to you is you don't have to spend your whole life in the future like people like me have done, but at least 10% of your time, you gotta be blowing up what you're doing today and creating the future. Around 2008, digital came on the scene in healthcare, right? And that's a full decade later than the rest of society that kind of started going through the e-commerce era, 1999, 2000, right? So you think of what's happened. You now have a software layer underpinning 2,500 years of accumulated experience in healthcare and in medicine, right? That's this shift that we're right at the pinnacle of, that the benefits of this kind of software, which scales exponentially at a marginal cost, can now be layered on all this analog development. Physical capital and human labor can now kind of scale faster. If you're spending all your available bandwidth obsessing about electronic medical records and not working on these, they're gonna come and go and you're gonna be kind of left behind. So now the latest I heard, and this is from the CEO of HIMSS, the big kind of US health IT group, is that from today in 18 months, all of the health data ever combined will double, okay? And then next year when we're back, it will double again and again. This is the kind of data. And the last thing to remember from this is today, 90% of this data that's kind of being generated about our bodies is extracellular to the formal healthcare system, right? Next year it'll be 99%, right? So we obsess about the phenome and the medical record and the EMR and interoperability, let's have one EHR for Canada. It's not gonna matter that much, right? When you can put together a bigger story about your body in real time with a wider set of problem solvers, right? What does that mean for all the work we're doing? This is what's coming. Okay, so this is a lot of change, right? Does it mean you have to stop everything you do and, start all over? No, but my plea to you is if you're not hanging out a little bit on the right, again, with about 10% of your time, I question if you're doing the right thing for healthcare, right? Because whether you choose to go to the right or not, it's going there, right? And so the question is, do you want to, be on the bus, be riding the bus and driving it, or be kind of still waiting at the bus station?